Hi, I'm here in one of my kids' bedrooms recording this Shabbos video as my kids some of them are sick downstairs with the flu which has hit us. And when I was thinking about it, how does one deal with adversity when there's sickness? And this is obviously a very small thing when, you know, unfortunately people go through much greater challenges with health and everything like that. And what's our Jewish perspective on our reaction? Do we face it head on? Do we hide and say I don't want to be a part of it? And something in this week's Torah portion, I saw a beautiful explanation that I think addresses this, and that is that so Paro makes a decision that all Jewish boys have to be thrown into the Nile, kill them, because he was afraid. He heard a prophecy that there was going to be a Jewish child that's going to come, and eventually he was afraid would overtake him and save the Jewish people. So we know that that's Moshe, the Moses. He was born, and then it came to a point where the family could not hide him anymore in the house. So his sister Miriam takes him, as we all know the famous story, takes him to the river, puts him in a basket, and lets him go, not knowing what's going to happen to the child. The story happens that the daughter of Paro comes, sees this baby in this basket, and decides, I'm going to go ahead and save him. And she does so. Interestingly, Miriam, when she went to the Nile, did she have any plans of how he was going to be saved? No. She put him in there and said, whatever will be, and I'm going to just be there. A similar story happened with Hagar, who was one of Abraham's wives who was sent away, and she was in the desert, and there was no food or water, and she put her son Ishmael to the side and moved away from him and basically said, I can't see him, I can't be there to see him die. Now, this is one of the rabbis I heard this from said this is a tremendous lesson, a difference between how a Jewish perspective is for one to deal with seeing a very bad situation, someone who's suffering, is that even though Miriam knew there was nothing for her to actually do, if in the event Moshe started drowning, God forbid, or anything was happening, she could have actually physically done anything, but that's not the point. There's a Jewish concept called Noseh B'ol Chaver, which is carrying the burden with one's friend. Is that even though I can't necessarily help you, but I'm here, there with you. I'll be there to suffer with you. I'll make it easier on you, any way I can, just to be there in your suffering. As opposed to Hagar, her perspective was, it's too hard for me. I can't experience it. I want to go away from that. I don't want to be anywhere near it, and that's not really the Jewish perspective. So I think a lesson that we learn is that we all know someone, or we know of people who are dealing with tremendous challenges, and we don't always have the answers and the right things to say, and it's not necessarily our job to say or do the right thing, but just for them to understand that we're there with them, and their suffering is our suffering, and for them to understand that and know that gives a person tremendous strength. And we should all see no suffering, but if we do experience it with someone, either personally or someone that we know, just be there. Us Jews all together has a tremendous value. Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful week.